Everybody, it's Anaconda Squeeze here, and we are in Whiterun on the PS4 version of the Special Edition Skyrim, and it is looking beautiful. Just taking a moment here just to drink it all in. We've got a lot of mods on. We've got the Project Hippie mod, we've got the Spring Tree mod, we've done the quest to get the Gilded Tree to bloom, and it looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful over here, and I'm really happy about it. Now, what I'm hoping is this next mod that I'm going to show you guys is going to help us make the rest of the world as pretty as we want it, because you love these mods. It's not secret that we love the forestation mods and stuff like that, and everything that makes the world look a little bit prettier on this channel. So this one here is an old mod, and I want to give a shout out to Treehawk. Thank you so much. He did bring this to my attention, and that should be kind of maybe a hint, a little bit of a hint out there, a little spoiler for you guys out there who are a fan of Treehawk's work, him and Mika Ghost. So we're gonna go over here. This is by Cyan49. Now Cyan has a couple mods on this channel we've looked at. He's got a few things I enjoy. He does a lot of recoloring, or they're all retexturing, stuff like that, and which is something I really appreciate on this on the PS4, because due to the restrictions that Sony's put on, we can't do too much stuff where we can't get like crazy things. Like there's mods on PCs where you can make this tree a gigantic statue of Master Chief, and it doesn't matter. But we can't do that here. So anytime we get a modder who is really helpful and really committed essentially to doing retexturing, recolors, it's awesome. So Cyan49 is great for that. The problem I have with Cyan's mods, why we don't do so much on here, usually very small. It's more like, hey, I made this one type of armor gold now if you want. Done. So like you pretty much have to put them all together, just do kind of a collaboration to get a video out of them. This one here though, very nice. So Cyan doesn't speak a lot of English, and I can't remember if Cyan's one of the people that doesn't actually have a PS4 and still makes these amazing mods. But this one's the Afforestation Magic mod. What you're going to do is you're going to come to the Gilded Tree, and you can see this chest with all these little plants on it. We're going to go in here. Now what this mod does is this gives you a whole bunch of spells in here. They're going to pop up in Conjuration. And this is going to let you put trees, mushrooms, all this kind of like vegetation around the world here. And I did test it out, and it does last for a while. So what we're going to do, we're going to take all these here, and we're going to head out, and we can give it a little bit of a sneak peek, a little showcase, and we're going to see what we can do with them. So we've just moved into a bit of an open area here, one with a little bit less trees, so we can kind of test out and see what's going on with here. So that gigantic list of trees has come. I'll show you all here. This is what I'm kind of dealing with in Conjuration. Just look at this, just trees for days. So essentially it has pretty much every kind of tree and every kind of model for tree, and then there's some extra little like bonus ones. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll just kind of go through them really quickly. So here's the two aspen variations. There's the dead snow aspen, and then there's the, well, not dead, there's the snow aspen, and then there's the regular aspen. Essentially same models here, it's like side by side, and then it goes backwards. Yeah, so you get both the variations. So if you are building a snow, I like it because it gives you a lot more variation. You can go across pretty much anywhere on the map right now. Then we've got all the mushrooms. This one has variations, so everything on this side here goes from like 1 to 5, and then everything on this side is the same thing, but it's animated. So as you can see, like those are the two of the same mushroom there. Just this one on the right side is moving. That is the epic mushroom right there. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. We've got a little tiny gilder green here, and a magic black reach, or magic reach one here. We've got some reach back over there, but we'll get to them later. Here's the small mushrooms. All kind of cute. Look at that. The one I've noticed is this one here gets a little base. It's just a sapling, and I'm wondering if it will get bigger. So I'm kind of just been leaving it. It hasn't really changed since I put it down. It was one of the first trees I placed, so I'm hoping that one day this base here is entirely covered by it, but we will take a bit of here and we will see. Going down here, this whole row right here is the very first of the pine forest trees. Now there's a lot of variations of these, so I didn't do them all. Essentially it's pine forest 1 through 5, and this is the first one here, so this big giant pine tree. Then I did the first one in every variation, so here's the first one. This is pine forest, this is pine forest ash, this is pine forest ash L for some reason. I don't know what the L means, but less ash maybe. This is pine forest dead, dead ash, dead snow, and then snow right there. So essentially, this is going to give you a little sneak peek of what the texture is going to change for each one, and then for each of these other pine trees, you can expect the same effect to be on that one. So just the first one of each one there, just to kind of give you guys a quick little glimpse. Here's our reach trees and our reach cliff trees. So actually it blended in with some trees that were actually supposed to be here, so that was kind of funny. We've got our soul cairn trees over here. And this one in the back was the soul cairn group, which I thought was pretty cool. So it's really easy to use. Essentially, you just bust out your spell. You don't even have to hold it. It's pretty much just a click. Just boom, boom, right there. Very easy to remove, which I think is gonna be nice because it's fairly accurate where you place them. But if you don't like where it is, you just have to go walk up, click X, or even hit it, and it's gonna go away. So very, very nicely done. Essentially puts us in kind of a creative mode. And I tested this out. I basically set up a bunch of mushrooms in a place that has respawning enemies. I wandered around the map. I waited for a week in game. I went indoors. I went outdoors. I went in mod places. I went in vanilla places. And then I came back to that place and everything was still in. So all these things are still going to be here. Like, that's what I was really hoping for. I really didn't want to use this mod just to find out that things were going to respawn and regenerate and go away. These ones are working. At the moment, everything I've tested has meant that this is going to work. It's going to be here for a while. If I come back to this place, it's going to have all these trees here for a very long time, which is going to be cool because that's the whole reason I wanted to do this. I want to be able to customize my area. So like I have Skyfall Estate as my main modded house here. That and Dreamweaver kind of. So right now I'm going to go over to Skyfall and I'm going just to do some decorations, I think. In front of the Skyfall Estate, which you wouldn't be able to tell because I've put so many trees. Look at this. This is my own little... I'm so happy right now. There's just trees for days. Now, regardless of whether this matches with the landscape and whatever, I don't care. I'm having a great time. This looks gorgeous. I put some big trees, these huge tall pines right on either side of my bridge here. So you basically walk in. It looks just so good looking. There's aspens. Essentially, I went with kind of the trees that were around. Already on this map, on this like little setup in the land, there was pine trees and there was aspens, so I kind of just went off with that. Added more pine trees, wow, palm trees, and more aspens. I put one of these back here because I'm really hoping it will grow big and I'll have a big gilderling right behind my house. So that would be super cool. Let's go over here. Yeah, I kind of just like spread them around. There's some, they go up behind the base. There's just so much more, and I really, really like this. And this is so cool because it's going to take up, like, I put all these in here, no frame rate drop. There's no lag for me. Like, this is just awesome. I did have a little tiny problem where I started spawning trees, and they just weren't coming out with leaves. Like, I'd be putting the aspens down, and they'd be, like, shitty. They would just come out with no leaves. And I was like, what the hell? I did have mushrooms under the bridge, but I figured maybe I put too many things in this plot of land, and that's why these trees were coming out with no leaves. So I was really worried, and all I had to do was go and get rid of those mushrooms, and then everything started working again. So I don't know what that was about, but that's how I fixed it, was just got rid of the mushrooms. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, another aspen. Fun! Well, I am like over the moon with this mod. It's a fantastic mod from Cyan49. There will be another one coming up here soon, so make sure you guys keep an eye out. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch for updates and stuff like that. Follow me on Twitter as well. Twitch, Twitter, you know, follow those two things. I'll put a link in this mod. I'll put a link to this mod in the description below, so make sure you check it out. And if you guys found this video at all useful, if you liked it, make sure you support me by sending a like down there. And if you haven't already, guys, definitely subscribe. Join the little army that I'm forming. We're going to go on and just beat up all the Xbox guys. Hooray! No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, until next time, guys, my name is Anaconda Squeeze, and I will see you all fucking later. Bye. Tree.